everybody. Welcome to This Week in Motorsports episode 3. Um, I'm going to start with a history lesson. So, in the late 1920s, Fritz von Opel decided that adding an inverted airplane wing to the back of his Opel Rack 2 would gain more stability on the straights. Fast forward a couple of years to 2026, and Ferrari have done the opposite and on the straights re-inverted, or just have a normal airplane wing on the back of their car to have lift. Now, I've been watching F1 through a lot of very cool innovations, such as the dildo front wing, KERS, all of Lando's DNFs. I've seen a lot of cool stuff, but this is really awesome. Not only, it's lift, so it's going to make the car lighter, but also it will make the tires heat less. So there's going to be tire deg ramifications, there's going to be speed ramifications. It's really awesome. I think it's one of the coolest innovations the sport's seen in quite some time. Other F1 news: testing's over. Leclerc had the fastest lap of testing, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I was not expecting Ferrari to do that well in testing, especially because of the news about the Mercedes and Red Bull engines. But I was very, very pleasantly surprised to see that. Is it Ferrari's year? We'll never know. We'll never know, will we? Um, Moving on to NASCAR, Atlanta was another great race after Daytona, which was a great race as well. Um, Reddick won with no front quarter panel. I don't really know how you do that. um, the clips after the race of him just kind of inspecting the front of his car were really pretty funny to me because he was in shock as much as some of the viewers were. I think that it was not his race to win. He was pushing Bubba to the end, and then Bubba happened to get caught up in some mess of his own making. But rewind a little bit. Um, Carson Hocevar may be one of the most annoying drivers I've ever seen, and I like Chastain, so I know they have had a pretty similar career. Chastain got a little tamer. Hocevar is kind of the worst still, but we'll see. I was watching it with with my girlfriend's family, and they were talking about Hocevar, and I had a feeling something was gonna happen, but it was really funny to see that my predictions come true. Uh, Moving on from NASCAR, next week is COTA, so excited to see that. I have a feeling I know who's gonna win, but I won't name SVG. Um, and then also trucks are gonna be at St. Pete, so that's really awesome because I don't recall personally seeing trucks at a street course. I think they've been to one before, probably Chicago. But moving on to my favorite news item is IndyCar Race Week. Finally, the series that only runs less than half the year is back. Um, but there's some issues. The weather seems to look a little rainy on Saturday morning or Friday night into Saturday morning. So I don't know if that's going to impact IndyCar because their sessions are later in the afternoon. But the track will probably be washed away of any rubber put down on Friday. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be any new or different lines taken because of that. But um, other than the weather, there's going to be a lot of feeder series there. There's going to be trucks, obviously, which is I cannot wait for that race. But moving on to the season, the IndyCar season as a whole, will Palou repeat at St. Pete? Will he repeat the championship as a whole? I know he's the betting favorite by like a ridiculous amount. Um, will McLaren take another step forward, become a bigger competitor? Will ECR continue to do good things? All of these questions to be answered in the coming months, but that's all I have here. Another shorter video this week, but I do have an exam tomorrow, so I'll see you guys next week.